This training is brought to you by BBSI University. Talk to your local BBSI team to get access to thousands of trainings covering topics including safety, HR compliance, professional development, leadership, cybersecurity, and more. Or visit us at bbsi.com.
You're in danger. Criminals are actively looking to get inside your business, your bank, and uncover some of the most personal details of your private life. These are cybercriminals who are persistent and will stop at nothing to harm you. But you can take control and protect your business from these threats. Hi, I'm Sherry Carpenter, Chief Information Security Officer at BBSI. BBSI is committed to ensuring the security of our clients' information. However, it is up to you to protect your digital presence and privacy. It's almost impossible to go about life today without interacting with websites, computers, or mobile devices. That means no one is immune to cybercrime, but understanding the basics of cybersecurity is a key ingredient to help maintain your digital security. This video is designed to educate you about basic cybersecurity, helping to protect against the ever-present and constantly growing threat of cybercrime.
Imagine leaving your front door unlocked and open. Anyone could come in and steal your valuables. Most of us would never do that. Yet this is what we often do with intangible possessions like our online data. So, how can you safeguard valuable information from the prying eyes of cybercriminals? Cybersecurity. This is the practice of protecting your personal or business networks and devices, just like putting a lock on your front door. But why is this necessary? Because we are all vulnerable to cybercrime. Cyber attacks happen on average every 39 seconds. 95% of cyber attacks are due to human error and could be prevented. Despite advancements in technology, humans are the weakest link in cybersecurity. Behaviors such as falling for phishing scams, weak password management, and negligent internet use contribute significantly to cyber attacks. Right now, the yearly global cost of cybercrime is estimated to exceed $10 trillion and is growing every day. We might think cyber attacks typically only happen to large companies, but the truth is, most cybercrime victims are individuals or small businesses. On average, an employee of a small business with less than 100 employees will experience 350% more phishing attacks and other social engineering attacks than an employee of larger businesses. Businesses with less than 1,000 employees experience 46% of all cyber breaches. 75% of small businesses say they would struggle to continue operating or would have to shut down entirely if they were hit by a ransomware attack. Because of this, all of us need to learn how to protect ourselves from the most common types of cybercrime.
Now let's discuss the 4 most common types of cybercrime and the strategies to protect ourselves from the bad guys. Phishing attacks, and we're not talking about hook, line, and sinker. This is an email or text with a malicious link or attachment. Malware. These are rogue programs or viruses that get installed on your computer or mobile devices. These can be used to gain access to your private files and to plant ransomware on your systems. Device security breaches. This is a major vulnerability when you don't have adequate firewalls or antivirus software. This is also a problem if you have unsecured passwords or don't use multi-factor authentication. We also leave ourselves vulnerable to security breaches if we don't update and use the latest software. Internet security breaches. This is always a threat if we accidentally click on fake websites or every time we connect to a public Wi-Fi. But our internet security is also threatened if we have bad password habits. Let's break these down one at a time and look at what these attacks are and how to best protect ourselves.
First, let's talk about phishing attacks. Phishing attacks happen through fake emails, text messages, and calls that may seem legitimate at first, but are designed to steal personal information like social security numbers, login credentials, or credit card details. Email is overwhelmingly the most popular method of conducting a phishing attack. An estimated 91% of all cyber attacks begin with a phishing email. 55% of phishing attacks are brand imposters using established brand names and may even use brand logos to build credibility in their messages. Smishing is a type of phishing attack that uses text messages to trick you into sharing sensitive information or sending money to cybercriminals. Now, let's look at some of the best strategies to fight these cyber attacks. To fight phishing attacks, check who the email or text sender really is. Check the email or text for grammar and spelling mistakes. Mouse over any links, but don't click on them. Instead, if you think this is a legitimate message, go to the official website of the company and find what you're looking for on their website. If you're unsure at all about an email or text message, contact your IT security team. Be wary of responding to text messages from an unknown sender, especially if the message asks for money or sensitive information. Since email is the most popular method of conducting phishing attacks, let's address some of the best strategies to prevent this risk. It is critical to avoid opening an attachment if you don't know where an email is coming from. Even though it may look like a known attachment type, PDF, Excel, etc., it could immediately infect your computer, often without your knowledge. Always be cautious before opening any attachment, including ones from people you know. Verify the email address to confirm the person or company isn't being impersonated. And if you see something suspicious, you should always call or text, not email, the sender to verify they are actually the person who sent the email. Never open or save attachments from an unknown sender. If it looks fishy, don't open or save the attachment. And if you receive a suspicious email, let your IT department know.
Let's discuss malware. Malware is a type of software that gets installed on your devices, primarily through unsecured websites and malicious file attachments. Once malware gains access to a device or a system, it can steal or destroy information. Ransomware is malware that can encrypt your files, with the cybercriminal demanding a ransom be paid before the files can be unlocked. Now let's look at some of the best strategies to fight malware. Install antivirus software on all your computers. Think before clicking on links or opening attached documents. And always back up your files.
Now, let's review the ways bad guys try to attack your devices. Cybercriminals constantly create new ways to compromise devices and steal information. That doesn't mean you should avoid using your devices. Instead, you need to know how to do it safely. Follow these best practices when using a computer or mobile device. Ensure your devices have firewalls and antivirus or malware protection software installed, up to date, and running. These tools help block unwanted incoming connections and prevent harmful programs from being downloaded. Develop good password habits. Create strong and unique passwords and avoid saving them in your browser. If it's difficult to keep track of your passwords, consider using a password manager, which will create and store passwords automatically for you. Use multi-factor authentication as extra protection. Multi-factor authentication, or MFA, is a user authentication method that requires a second step to log into your account. For example, in addition to a password, an MFA secured system may send a personal, one-time access code to your phone or email. This ensures cybercriminals can't access your accounts with just a password. Update your devices regularly to patch security gaps in your device so that you're getting the latest and best protection in each update. If you haven't updated your device recently, get this simple and effective safety tip done as soon as possible. Review your settings, specifically those that manage connectivity and sharing. You want to keep your device from automatically connecting to unsecured networks, and keep file sharing off, since it can make your files more accessible to strangers. And finally, be aware of cybercriminals impersonating individuals you know. In today's AI world, this is emerging as one of the greatest ways to get people to let their guard down. Don't fall for it.
Using the internet can be fun and useful, or a nightmare. That's because when we use the internet, it's easy to forget the potential dangers lurking in every corner. Some common habits that can lead to security breaches include ignoring application and software updates, using browser autofills, not clearing browsing history, using public Wi-Fi, and not logging out of websites when you finish accessing them. So what are some of the best ways to protect internet security? Check website certificates by going to the URL browser and click the padlock icon. Never reuse passwords. Use an ad blocker. And adjusting your cookie settings reduces the level of tracking that can be done on your internet behavior. Public Wi-Fi is more accessible than ever in cafes, hotels, airports, virtually most public spaces. Increased accessibility is great, especially if you're working remotely. However, it's easy to assume a false sense of security. The truth is that public Wi-Fi isn't completely safe, nor is your home Wi-Fi, if not properly configured. Preparation is crucial when it comes to staying safe on Wi-Fi. It's also essential to know what to do once you've arrived at a public space. Follow these tips to maximize your internet safety. Connect to secure networks. For example, a network with a name that matches the restaurant you're working in is probably safer than a network called free Wi-Fi. Often, the safest networks are affiliated with the business and require a password. If you're having trouble determining which network is the safest, ask a staff member. They'll be able to tell you their network's official name and password. Consider using a VPN or virtual private network. VPNs encrypt your data even if you're using an unsecured connection. There are many kinds of VPNs available. Ask your employer if there's a company VPN you can use, or consider purchasing a service for yourself. It's easy to see VPNs as the ultimate safety tool. However, they do not guarantee complete protection from cybercriminals, and some of the cheaper or free VPNs may put data at risk. A quality VPN is good protection, but don't let it be the only tool in your Wi-Fi safety toolbox. Access secure sites only. A simple way to tell if a site is safe is to look at the URL. It should start with HTTPS and not just HTTP. There may also be a lock icon or the word secure in the address bar. They signify that the website is encrypted and will do a better job protecting your information. Avoid accessing sensitive information. Save your banking, online shopping, and bill payments for when you're on a private Wi-Fi network. Guard your physical space. Never leave your devices unattended and consider buying a lock for your laptop. You can also use a privacy screen to darken your display for everyone except you, keeping prying eyes from seeing your information. Log out of every account. Before you finish for the day, make sure you've signed out of every website and application. Configure your settings so that you don't automatically connect to the public Wi-Fi next time you're in the area. Keep your guard up while using a public network, and prepare yourself and your devices before you log onto the internet. When you're connected to a public Wi-Fi connection, stay vigilant about best practices. With these safety precautions, you can enjoy the full benefits of public Wi-Fi while also protecting your information and yourself. 80% of all hacking incidents involve compromised credentials or passwords. Using an easy-to-guess password is like locking the door but leaving the key in the lock. The easiest and most basic safeguard against cybercriminals breaching your accounts is to use long, random, and unique passwords per website or application. Simple passwords such as password, password1, 123456, or common identifying information like birthdays and pet names are not safe for protecting important information. Choosing strong passwords and keeping them in a secure location makes it harder for someone to steal your data, your money, or your identity. Make them long, at least 16 characters. Use a random string of mixed case letters, numbers, and symbols. Make them unique with different passwords for each account. And use a password manager to help you remember all these strong passwords.
Just to review, the most common types of cybercrime are phishing attacks, malware, device security, and finally, internet security. If you think you've been the victim of a cybercrime, let your BBSI team know so that we can point you to resources to help you secure your sensitive data and repair any damage. Next, talk to your local BBSI team about BBSI University. BBSI U is our learning management system that includes dozens of cybersecurity trainings to help keep you safe. Thanks for watching.